Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of the James Brown Podcast. I'm your host Raj, and with me, as always, is my co-host Spencer.
Hey everybody.
How you feeling today, man?
So freaking pumped, man. I just came off of watching Godzilla in IMAX 3D, and oh my goodness, the little boy inside of me just is yelling. I love it.
I'm watching on Tuesday. I'm very excited. Regardless of what reviews say, I mean, I've heard some mixed ones. I don't care. For the same reason that I didn't care what the reviews said about Pacific Rim, I watched Pacific Rim to see giant robots punching giant monsters.
Exactly the reason I watched Godzilla.
And that's what I want to watch Godzilla
It's so good.
for. I want to see giant monsters punching giant monsters.
Not going to spoil anything, because for me, and I hope you're like me, me and my brothers went in with no knowledge of plot, so we're not going to spoil anything. It is good, man. It is really, really, really good. It's one of the top movies that I've seen in 2014. And there's been 5 months, man.
Yeah, I was going to say 2014 hasn't been around for a while.
Avengers 2? No, not Avengers 2, my bad. I mean, Captain America 2 came out in 2014. And
wait, you think this is
better than
No
Captain...
way.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Because it's just... Because you know what? The thing about Avengers movies and all those characters is when we get to 2026, when all the movies connect, then it'll be better than Godzilla. But just because, you know what I mean? Captain America 2 was one part of a whole.
Right. But
Godzilla was a whole. It was good.
But it stands alone well as its own movie.
Yes, it does. It's one of the best superhero movies I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, it's incredible.
But that's not why we're here.
No, we're here to talk about anime. There's actually something I want to address that I haven't talked to you about.
Okay.
We get this question a lot when our fans talk to us, and I just kind of want to, address it on the podcast because we keep getting this question. And the question is, because we talk about Nisekoi a lot, like we always mention it, similar to how we always mention Kuroko, we've been asked a lot why we don't cover it in our weekly recap.
I just caught up to it, actually. On it.
We have a couple of reasons. One, Spencer does not watch the anime, like, weekly. He watches it on and off.
Yeah.
I don't watch the anime at all. I read the manga, and so does Spencer. We
Yeah.
both read the manga. So the reason we don't cover it weekly is, one, we're way ahead of you guys if you just watch the anime, and we don't want to spoil anything.
It would kind of be like somebody who's way ahead in the Titan manga talking about the anime. There'd be no excitement.
Yeah.
There'd be no like, oh my goodness, look what happened. I can't believe it, because we already knew everything.
And two, I'm not willing to just watch the anime because I've already seen it, right?
It was really cute.
Multiple times.
They recently did the episode where Onodera and Raku are alone in the sweet shop. Because
that was a good chapter.
Oh my goodness, man! When they're alone upstairs reading it was so funny when Raku.
That's when he gets her number at the end, right?
Yes, but when Raku is like, Onodera's like, let's play and we watch this another anime. He's like, let's play that game where you that word game they play. I don't know what it's called.
Shiratori? I don't know. I can't remember.
Let's play that word game. And Raku's like, no, Onodera, no! That is where conversations go to die. We are not there yet.
Yeah,
and I love that their relationship is there, where, I don't know, it's cute. We talked about it. Isn't that nice? There you go.
One thing that we may do, which I would actually really like to do, is a series review of Nisekoi, but I'd like to do it when the anime has gone sufficiently far, because the manga has, I think, introduced 2 or 3 more girls than the anime has, and those girls are really funny, and I want to talk about them, and I don't want to, give giant spoilers away. So that's why we're not actually covering Nisekoi every single week. But we do read it every week, and we love the hell out of it.
Yep.
So let's move on to our weekly recap, Spencer. I was thinking, actually, we always go in the same order of our weekly recap every single week.
Yeah.
And I wanted to mix it up.
Oh.
But here's the issue.
Yeah?
I'm biased.
What do you mean?
Because if it were up to me, Kawaii Complex would always be at the bottom of the list. Well, it would always be last.
No.
And I got to thinking,
okay,
what isn't biased? Machines aren't biased. So I put my education to good work, and I made us a little application that'll choose our anime for us.
Oh, that's what that is. That's so cool, actually.
So now we don't have to make any decisions for ourselves.
Hold on. I just want you guys to put this in perspective. He came over with a program. He coded a program. As a graphic designer, that is godly. That is god level. Because I tried programming classes and I suck. And so right now on my screen of my Mac, I have a Windows program running on Wine just sitting there with a random topic button. And I don't know what this does when he presses that button, but I know that he's done some cool godlike magic.
I mean, it's not that impressive. I whipped it up in like 5 minutes.
Dude, you made a program. There's close buttons.
You know what?
And there's a minimize button.
I want to make this a mobile app, which I can do, but the issue is I used to have an Android phone, but now I don't, so I have no way of using Android applications. I don't have a Mac, so I can't make anything for iOS. And the only way to make an application for a Windows Phone 8, which is the phone I have, is to install Windows 8, and I'm not willing to do that to myself.
I have Windows 8. You can ask me.
Yeah, but then I have to take your computer, and that's just too much.
I wouldn't let you do that, man. That's my baby.
So, let's, you want to hit the button?
Okay.
And see where we go?
Here we go.
Go for
3,
it.
2, 1, click.
Mekaku City Actors.
Oh, no. What are the chances? Hey, do you have a program so that it won't go back to ones that have already been said?
Yeah, well, it does that on its own. Come on.
Well, I didn't know.
Gotta think ahead, man.
I was thinking ahead. Kind of thought I was thinking ahead. Okay, well.
So, you want to tell them how you didn't watch Mekaku this week?
So, okay, let me tell you my Saturday. Usually I take Saturdays to catch up on all the anime that I hadn't watched yet. But today was kind of my brother's birthday celebration thing, so I took him out to a restaurant and then to Godzilla. Godzilla! Oh man, I love it, in Godzilla, they had Japanese guys saying his name for the most part. Gojira! And I'm like, that sounds actually scientific. But then the guy's like, Godzilla's heading in! And it's like, oh no, it's Godzilla. Anyways, whatever. So, I caught up to everything but Mekaku City Actors. So I asked Raj, how was it? And,
I told him I finally dropped this turd. Like it should be dropped.
Yeah, like you dropped in my bathroom before the podcast. It stank, man. I was like...
Again, you get grade A comedy.
Yeah, I was like, Mekaku, flush.
I might as well recap this for you. This is a flashback episode. You find out that Enne, which is the annoying-ass AI, was actually a real person at one point who went to the same school as the guy whose phone she's stuck in. I don't remember his name because it's not important. Also, she was classmates with the albino guy before he was an albino.
Did he forget everything when he became albino? Okay.
Whatever. That's not explained. It's just like, it's their high school life. And then, like, it's a cultural festival. They make a shooting game. The girl who can turn invisible shows up and tries to challenge NA to a shooting game. Turns out NA's like the second best player in the world. And then the main character shows up who, like, has her in his phone in the future. And he's like, yeah, you suck. I'm going to beat your ass. And he beats her ass. And I'm like, this guy's so much cooler right now than he is in the future. Like, he's so much more interesting.
Well, because he became a NEET, I guess.
And then, like, he's with the girl with the scarf, whose name, again, I don't remember. I dropped the series. I don't care about any of these characters anymore. And you actually find out that the girl with the scarf and NA become pretty good friends, along with the albino guy.
Well, we totally knew all this.
Yeah, but, like, you don't get the development. It's mostly through a montage.
Hold on, keep talking. I'm deleting it from the list.
And the montage is actually the best part of this episode. It was really well done. You know why? Because I didn't have to hear the goddamn characters talk. So, yeah. But anyway, at the end, apparently the albino dude, like, he starts breathing really heavily. She asks if he's in love with her because he's always with her. And he doesn't answer because it looks like he's fallen asleep. And she's like, oh, fine. I didn't want to know anyway. She, like, walks away. And then, like, he's breathing really heavily and it looks like he's in a lot of pain. And then the episode ends. And then the preview, she's like, I'm such an idiot. I shouldn't have left him alone. And then I just read the comments. He's like, yeah, he's dead now. And that's how he becomes an albino or something. Like, I guess, because he looks like a cyborg in the, so
okay.
I don't know.
You know what, though?
Yeah.
Like, okay, let me give my thoughts on what you talked about in the series itself. Okay? This has a niche. And I know that people like it. And I know that some of our listeners really like it.
Yeah, if you guys liked it, that's great.
The problem is, as two reviewers with not infinite amount of time and not infinite amount of, crap we can care. People say it differently, but that we don't care.
I can't put up with this thing anymore.
And
it's too
just
much.
Okay.
I was really looking forward to seeing at least maybe the girl with the scarf's powers or the main guy's powers.
They're probably going to get mad at us for not waiting long enough to go there, but I just don't care.
I don't care at all.
You know what? Shaft does good jobs in certain things, but you know what? Shaft has hit us now 3 times. One, it's wonderful in Bakemonogatari.
Oh, that was good. You finally got it.
Yeah, Bakemonogatari. Is that right?
Yeah, that's close enough, man.
Okay, close enough. Great. Okay, Nisekoi, not great, but it's still getting it okay. I'm sticking around.
It's improved.
Mekaku City Actors, crap. Too much head turning, too much lack of color, too much gut-wrenching song-related episodes that you have to know the meaning.
The song in this episode was also pretty goddamn bad.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? Sorry if we offend anybody, but Mekaku City Actors is off our list.
The entire beginning of this episode, like, before, I guess, the opening, I don't think they actually do the opening in this episode, but it's NA in her human form running, and then, like, the city behind her is, like, falling apart and being destroyed, and it's really obvious symbolism as to, like, her life is falling apart. This anime is not very subtle.
Yeah.
But, Like, it was and, you know, the animation was and then, like, you know, I always read the comments after I watch an episode. I like to see what other people think, and people are like, no, that's how you started an episode. That's really action-packed. That was really cool.
You watched it on Crunchy, right?
Yeah, of course.
Of course you did. Those Crunchy people are fed, like, Happy Cheerios every day.
One person said at the end, it's like, I cried at the end. It was so sad. Like,
Okay, you know what I feel like?
Oh
I feel
my
like
God.
Crunchy is filled with 14-year-old girls who all watch anime.
How do you cry at that? Nothing happened. Like, really, if you're able to feel something like that strong with this anime, I envy you so bad. I
don't
wish I
know.
could feel like that.
I feel like you would commit suicide after watching Anohana if you felt like that after that. Now, if suicide is not funny, and if you're feeling that way, please call your local authorities. I'm being serious.
All right, nicely done,
Thank you. So let's hit the button and move on. Sorry, everyone, but that's the last you're ever going to hear Mekaku roll from my lips.
Yeah, we're done with that anime.
And Clicku! No game, no life!
This was all right. Before we actually get into the episode, I want to talk about. You told me there was a Skyrim reference at the end.
Yes.
I had completely forgotten about that as I was watching because the episode was amazing.
Yeah.
And then I got to the reference and I closed my laptop and I'm like, I can't watch anime for the rest of the day. Like, it sullied me. I hate that reference. Everybody hates that reference.
I just like that I know, the reference been killed to death, but I like that they even tried to reference it.
Anyway, this episode was amazing.
It was, okay, let me clarify. Everyone's probably thinking, man, I bet Spencer stopped watching this episode halfway through. You know what? I didn't, okay? And just like Sora said, this was family-friendly fan service.
You told me that I would really like this episode for a couple of reasons. And, like, I was like, yeah, this is a really good game. I can see why Spencer would say I'd like this. And then it got to the fan servers, and I was like, now I see why Spencer said I'd like this.
Okay, so, as you know, they kept saying, they played a really awesome word game. You all have watched it, but they played an awesome word game where if they said something that either appeared or if it already existed, it went away.
Yeah.
And so, a really cool banter happened, but then, apparently, seemingly random, Sora is talking to get rid of the girl's clothing, and but first, subtly, he got rid of all of their private parts. Like, he got rid of the nether region.
Yeah.
Like
including his own.
Yeah.
Which he didn't care about at all.
Yeah. Got rid of his nether regions, got rid of, nipples, got rid of all that stuff, and then he got rid of clothing.
Actually, that makes me wonder, without, I mean, for like, if you didn't have a dong, would you still feel aroused at that?
We're not going to talk about anatomy too in-depthly, but I've taken some studies on it. The outside flesh part is not what makes you crazy.
Okay.
It's
all internal.
Oh, wait, no, it's
chemical.
not. No, it's not, though, because if his balls are gone, that's what's... But you still have libido.
He probably still has, like, testosterone in his system that I don't know where that comes from, but I'm not a biologist. I'm a goddamn computer science student, but...
And I'm a graphic designer, so technically we don't have any right.
Are there any biologists listening to this? Oh, we're sorry. We know nothing about the human body.
Don't get mad at us.
But yeah, this episode was fantastic. This was such an epic game.
It was so good.
And then he even kills Steph.
Yeah, he does. Well, he's like, he even says, Steph, you may die a little. You don't die a little.
That was insane.
It was really good.
He even uses physics to win.
And no, that's what I really like. It's just you appreciate the sheer genius and intellect of the two and how much they trust each other.
Yeah.
How painful is it to be in outer space? How painful is it to be in outer space, Like, it's a vacuum. And they even told about the stuff. They got rid of oxygen.
No, it wasn't a vacuum. Otherwise, it would have exploded, isn't it?
Well, I guess so.
I
don't really know if the physics were completely okay in this episode.
They kept something to keep it from being a complete vacuum.
Yeah, something. I don't know. But anyways, man, like, you watched it. You appreciated it. This was a great episode.
This was fantastic.
And you were kind of wrong, but kind of right about the girl's accent.
She did it on purpose.
It was on purpose. I'm kind of glad.
It was really funny when she kept flipping between them.
So, yeah.
But, so, Angel added to the harem. A god killer, no less.
It's going in a great direction. And the art is as beautiful as ever.
And he got to make out with his sister. So there's that.
Yeah, everyone was saying that he was planning that from the beginning. It was a 7-episode long
ruse just so he can make out with his sister.
Circular breathing. Then they stopped doing it. I don't know. Whatever. It's just good. Okay. Want me to hit the button?
Yeah, go for it.
Pichoo!
The Crepe Corner. Now, this is a surprise I have for you.
Oh, what?
I named this after our conversation about crepes last week. This is occupying our 1 week friends time slot.
Oh, okay.
So I figured we'll talk about a random topic, which is why I'm just going to reach behind you here. I have this bowl full of papers. Each paper is a different topic that we can talk about. And I've actually taken suggestions from our audience for topics.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
When did you do that?
5 minutes before it came over.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And you asked on like Twitter and stuff?
No, it was just someone gave us a suggestion last week. So go ahead and pick one, anyone, and that's one we'll talk about. So what'd you get? Oh,
Personal lives. What do we do?
so this one I was basically thinking like give more background on us, like what we're studying, what our professions are, etc., etc.
Okay.
Do you want to start?
Yeah, sure. Okay, so I'm Spencer. I'm not
By the way, you picked the only non-anime related one.
Oh, did I really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so anyways, if you don't care about, us, you can use the timestamps to skip this if you want to, but please stick around. My name's Spencer. Not going to tell you my last name for obvious reasons. I actually am a lifeguard. I work as a lifeguard at my local pool, and I'm getting married in less than 2 months. I'm studying 2 things. I'm technically going for 2 degrees. I'm trying to get a Bachelor of Arts in Media as a graphic designer and all that stuff. But I'm also trying to become an elementary school teacher. So I'm studying education to become an elementary school generalist and such. So that's kind of where I'm at. A lot of wedding prep, and it's my break until September. So that's why I'm just living it up.
Why elementary school out of all the others?
Well, for me, elementary school is like the one part of my life that had like the best memories, and I in my whole elementary school, I had one guy teacher. How many guy teachers did you have in elementary school?
One.
Exactly.
Same as you, yeah.
And you know what? If no other guys become elementary school teachers, I at least want to be that for my...
And the guy teacher was probably one of the
my
best I had.
favorites,
He was awesome,
right?
yeah.
And I'm not trying to say that I'm going to be the favorite of some kid.
Mr. Taylor, I remember his name. Man.
Mr. Walton. I don't know why I remember his name, but you know what I mean?
Because he's the only guy.
He's the only guy teacher. And he was the best. You know why? Because guys understand guys.
It's true.
The other girl teachers would like coddle you and like, but he would like let us rough around a little bit.
I think I had him in like grade 6. The other female teacher, she would call me like sweetheart or stuff. But this guy, he called me by my full name. I felt respected by him,
Yeah, And he would actually, this is my only teacher who would set aside Mac time. So we had a Mac in the back corner. He installed a bunch of games on it. He's like, okay, guys, it's your guys' group's 20-minute Mac times. Go over there and play games on the Mac. And we were like, yeah, games. And other kids would work on math and stuff. It's just a good teacher.
That's pretty cool, man.
Okay, what about you?
That's pretty cool. So I'm Raj. It's actually short for Rajpreet. That's my full name. Spencer will sometimes call me by my full name, but I go by Raj. Most people call me that. Spencer's one of the few people who doesn't, actually. He flips.
Just feels weird.
It's fine. But call me Raj on the podcast.
Okay. Don't hurt me.
So basically, I already said, I'm a computer science student. I'm a programmer. Specifically, I'm getting a bachelor's degree in technology. I'm actually taking game development. I've made a number of games so far. I have a year left of school until I actually get my degree. Like I said, made a number of games. I've made games on mobile. I made games on PC. I made games for the Xbox. I made games everywhere. And it's just the thing I do. I actually don't know if I want to be a game developer. It's just kind of something I'm doing right now. I just want to know I want to go into software. So that's why I make both apps and games. It's just kind of my thing. I like to make stuff.
Yeah.
That's about it. I've had jobs doing this before, so, I have some industry experience, but... my dad's like, here, have some money, go get a degree. And I'm like, all right, why not?
Yeah, my dad didn't say that. My dad's like, you want to get a degree? Pay for it yourself. Which I have done. I have no student loans, actually, which is highly impressive amongst itself.
That's nice.
No debt, man. 4 years later, no debt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I took a student loan. I didn't need to, but I took one so I could buy a car.
Feels your parents pay that off after, right?
I don't know. I said I paid it off my cell phone, so.
You don't know? You don't know.
They might pay it off without me knowing. They do that a lot sometimes. My parents really like me.
You're lucky, man. But it's going to hit you in the face one day.
What?
When your parents won't pay for you no more.
Well, I mean, whatever.
But you know what?
I'm already ready for that.
We'll always have anime.
So, okay, since this is our first Crepe Corner, I want to do another topic.
Oh, okay.
I want to do something that's anime related, goddammit. So, I'll pick one this time.
Okay. I hold the bowl.
Okay, there is actually another one that's not anime related. I really hope I don't pick that one. Okay, here's hoping. Yes, this is one I wanted. Best girl in Nisekoi.
Oh.
Like I spelled girl.
Best girl. Learn to spell, man. I'm kidding. Okay.
You think a programmer needs to know how to spell?
You can go first.
I name my own variables, dude.
That's true.
Okay.
Doesn't mean you have to name them right.
This is actually, I want to talk about this in the beginning, but then I was figured, why not make it a subject for the Crepe Corner? Because we also get asked this quite a bit.
Yeah, we do.
Who's the girl that you want Rocket to end up with?
I thought we made it quite clear, though.
You people still ask.
Yeah, okay.
I am firmly within the Chitoge ship. I want the soon to get the guy.
I thought you moved on to older sister or a teacher girl.
Okay, one, that's a spoiler. because people might not know it. 2, if you don't mind spoilers, I'm just gonna say there's another girl that gets introduced later. She's older than Raku. She's the older sister archetype. And every chapter that comes out makes me like her more and more and more. You read the most recent chapter, right? The guidance counseling one?
No.
Oh, okay, well,
I'm a little behind on the Nisekoi manga,
that
actually.
even like she only has a couple lines in that, but the one thing she says to Raku endeared me so much to her. I love this girl. She's fantastic.
Personally, I am on the complete side of Onodera.
God.
I'm shipping it just because you know what?
Why do people like Onodera? I don't understand this.
Onodera is so gentle. I don't like the aggressive Soons. I told you that. You know what I mean? Like I like the gentle.
But you like Taiga.
Kind of. She wasn't my favorite Soon in the whole world. But I mean, she wasn't. It's like I like Chitoge. You know, even in the anime, she's beginning to realize that she loves Raku. Like that's becoming a point. And that's really cute. But when she gets really aggressive and like overpowered punch him out of the water thing, not my favorite. Onodera is super sweet and like they already have a thing for each other. It's really cute.
The reason I don't like Onodera is because I find her pretty boring. She doesn't particularly have a character. I mean, she does, but she doesn't have an interesting character, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, but that kind of character attracts me. Don't get me weird or anything, but she's very similar to what my kind of fiance is like.
No, she's
just
not.
Relaxed.
Oh, you mean in terms of personality? Sure.
Yes.
I thought you meght in terms of looks.
No,
she looks nothing like a fiance.
Yeah, my fiance is actually 3D, Rajpreet. 3D. They exist.
Thought it was a myth.
You went along with it. Dude, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I didn't think you'd come to grips so quickly. You skipped all 7 stages of denial, man.
So, you know what? Onodera's younger sister, I like her a lot more. She's also introduced later in the manga.
Oh, why? Soon?
She's not a Soon. She's not a
She's
Soon.
a complete Soon.
No, I don't think so at all. Not at all.
Yeah,
no.
Yeah.
How is she a Soon?
Because she totally is like, Soon. It's just,
she's not.
She's completely.
Chitoge's the Soon.
Oh, no.
This girl's...
Haru is a Soon.
This girl's more like, go after my sister. I don't want anything to do with you.
No, this girl's like... Maybe she was only a Soon because of the confusion of...
I don't think she's a Soon. She admitted it, didn't she?
The sister hasn't even been...
I know. That's why I'm not saying too much about her.
Oh, well, anyways, yeah. Like, there's a misconception between her and Raku. That's why I believe... she's Soonish. Soon you will find out.
Oh, wow.
Oh, buddy.
You know, there was actually I don't know if you saw it, but typical in harem manga, they do a popularity contest between the girls.
Yeah, of course.
I think the first time Onodera came up on top.
She's been losing lately, though.
And then in the latest one, Marika's the number one. Like, she's the favorite.
I don't really like that girl.
And I don't either. And there was I was wondering how in the world is she more popular than Chitoge or Onodera, even though I don't particularly care for Onodera. Because Onodera is a much more interesting character than Marika. And there was actually an interview with the creator, and he said the reason that people like Marika is because he made her completely one-dimensional, and she has no complexity into her character.
Oh, he did that on purpose?
He did that on purpose. And he says because she's so simple, people understand her right away, and that's why they like her better.
Straightforward attack on
She's
Raku.
rapey. She's pretty rapey.
Yeah.
When it comes to Raku.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's pretty interesting. So,
I like what you did. I like this. Crepe Corner. You came through.
The Crepe Corner is great.
The random button, the paper. Man, I feel like I don't do enough, man. I feel like I am actually a co-host.
All right, you want to hit the button and move on?
Sure, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Pachoo!
Black Bullet.
And now we're back to where we usually start.
So...
Ooh, this is actually an argumentative section.
Yeah, this was this episode had a lot of harem moments. Much to your displeasure. I enjoyed them. I thought they were fine. I agree with you where you said the hand-holding scene was completely unnecessary.
Okay.
Sure, but I would be completely lying if I said I did not enjoy it.
Of course you didn't enjoy it, but the problem
No, I did enjoy it.
Oh, of course you did enjoy it, but the problem with this anime is I feel like it's falling from such heights, you know? I feel like it's supposed to reach so much bigger heights, but it's getting totally dragged down by all these gag, harem, ecchi scenes. Like, I don't know how to explain it. I know we're not supposed to do this, but Titan was so much better.
I think I know what you're saying. You're saying if they didn't have these scenes, they could focus more on the story.
They're wasting time.
I see what you mean.
They only have 24 episodes. They don't have the luxury that Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood had.
No, I would say
80 episodes.
They don't only have 24 episodes. They have 24 episodes. That's a lot of anime.
That's not that long.
That's a lot.
How often have you watched truly great anime, woken up and realized, holy crap, I've watched 16 episodes and it's felt like 2?
You know I'm a binge watcher, right?
Yeah,
So
I know. One Piece. You can watch entire arcs and go, what happened? 40 episodes later. And look, this is only 7 episodes in, and they're crawling. How many times have we seen those insects? Twice? 3 times?
but like I said before, you don't see them all the time in Titan either.
I know.
They're used scarcely, and that's the way they should be used.
I'm not hating on the harem, and I'm not hating on the romance. I just feel like this won't go anywhere. And I know I'm supposed to stick around through the whole 24 episodes and see how all the rising and all the falling and all the complexities, but my issue is the story is run by little girls. And all of them are going to join his little harem.
Yes.
And then they're all going to get jealous of each other. And then there's going to be an arc about romance when that's stupid. They have a ridiculously amazing...
What if that doesn't happen?
What if it does? Because then it's
I'll be
screwed.
okay with it.
Yeah, but listen, they have a ridiculously awesome Last of Us world outside. They entered it past the walls. Looks cool. Go in there.
They don't want to go in there.
Why are you in your apartment?
It's death in there.
Okay, I'm not going to lie. I really liked the scene where... say his name for me.
Who, Rentaro?
Yeah. Where Rentaro went to Kisara and saved her. Okay? I liked that scene. Tina, that was a good fight scene. It was nice.
It was fantastic
Action
because
is amazing in this anime.
Tina pleaded with him, like, let me explain. Like, she
Yeah.
doesn't want to fight him. And then Rentaro braces himself for a second. He has the internal conflict. And he...
I agree.
Pretty much, not instantly, because he has the conflict, but he decides very quickly that, whatever her name is, Kisara is
way
more
more
important.
important. Yeah.
So he has to fight
The
her.
character development is really great. I really agree with you. That what Sensei was saying to him about going after and how it's
And
really,
that's great.
yeah,
He's
it
already
is.
chosen Kisara.
But that's nice. And you know what? There is aspects of romance in other anime. You know what I mean? Like in Full Metal, there's totally a thing between Edward and Winry. Okay.
But they don't
I know,
do anything with
I know,
it in
but
FMA.
But it's a great romance. Don't you agree?
No, I don't agree.
I think so. I think it was a very
I think
offhanded.
the spoilers for FMA Brotherhood, by the way, at the very end. The proposal was fantastic.
Yes.
It fit their characters perfectly.
But it took forever to get there.
Because there was some, but there was not much build up between them.
But this anime just ruins it when all of a sudden Enju comes in and starts groping Kisara for no reason.
awesome.
You know what? Kisara's like, oh, Arento, I only wanted you to hold... Shut up. That's not going to happen, okay? Clearly she would be far more offended. She would either pull away or something. I don't know. Like, that unrealism is completely wasted on this universe. This anime has an identity crisis, and it's gonna cause it to have problems later on.
I have no issues with this anime right now.
Well, you know what? I understand, because there is fan service, and it's nice to have that kind of break. It's not a bad series. But I just feel like if it continues down this way without leaving all this gag stuff behind, or at least amping it down or making it more realistic, things are gonna go downhill very quickly for Black Bullet.
This is why with the big 5 or the big 4, it's at the very bottom. It's good, but it's not... Like you said, it's kind of wasting its potential with these kind of scenes.
It built a really
because
cool universe.
For No Game No Life, it actually fits in with everything.
Sora and Shiro are gong shows. They're
But
goofs.
it's same with Chaika. It fits in with them.
Yeah.
Captain Earth has nothing. No, Captain Earth does too. It fits into all of them except for Black Bullet.
It doesn't feel right. And one of the biggest things was the last episode, the fight scene that Kisara and the president had, where they move the table and then the house gets broken up.
That was hilarious.
Oh, I can't pay my deductible. That's just stupid.
It was great.
I don't know.
Hey, show me your true power.
This is my reason. Okay, that was cool because he does have true power, but it was announced in a stupid way.
It was very good way of saying that what he used against Kagetane wasn't his full power.
Yeah, I know. We all knew that.
I'm assuming that his full power, whatever it is, would probably break his body down.
Yeah.
Because he's only part machine, right? It probably destroys human part.
Going back to that deductible thing, okay? Their company, why do they still have money? Didn't she say that she blew all of her cash?
She got payment for it, though, because he saved the bike.
Okay, he saved the bike.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So then why isn't he more concerned about the deductible if they don't have that much money?
It was just a throwaway scene.
I don't like that. Because everything should matter.
No.
No, yes.
For gags, they're just throwaways.
But it's his house, though. It's different. If it was some other random building, I don't know. It's just hard to explain.
I really like, and she's my favorite character by far. Because her relationship with Rentaro was absolutely fantastic.
I agree.
But I do like how she has been in the background for the last couple episodes, and it's mostly about Rentaro and Tina, because he just needs to help out these girls because he knows nobody else will.
I just think it's so stupid. Why announce it? I guess. I just don't know. You know what?
And
The issue is
Ender's definitely not dead.
I've seen so many anime that this anime isn't striking me as unique yet. Because it's following the similar storyline. There's a powerful...
But that doesn't make it bad. Irregular Magic High School's like that too.
No, I know. It does make it bad. But I feel like the potential of what Black Bullet could have been is not here yet. And if it arrives at episode 15, I'll eat my words gladly. But right now, I don't feel like it's good.
I think that once we get into more big battles, like the one with Kagetane, you're going to like it a lot better.
Yeah, I agree. Just maybe it's in a down point and I'm just whining and complaining. But it's not my favorite anime of this season just yet, or just right now.
This anime actually has a very, very good soundtrack to it.
Yeah. True.
Especially during the battles, it's fantastic.
Background music is very intense.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
Very much so.
Is it the one with the dubstep in it? Actually, yeah, some of the music in the car scenes is really cool. I don't know if there's dubstep. I think we talked about it at one point, like, oh, dubstep in anime, that's weird.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Anyway, I still really like Black Bullet. I'm liking it.
I like it too.
I'm
just scared. Very afraid.
We talked about... we just talked about how we dropped Mekaku. People were so mad at us for dropping it 1 week.
So mad.
Someone actually said, you drop 1 week, but you still keep up with the garbage known as Black Bullet? And I was like, whoa, buddy.
Whoa, buddy. You know,
did you just compare those two?
Okay, they're completely different genres. B, we're completely different people with completely different tastes. And C, it's 1 week friends. If I don't fall asleep, I'm on Facebook or Reddit, and if I'm not doing both, I'm not in the room. Like, I press play, I'm making a snack. Oh, the episode's over. Dang it, Jim, I missed it. I mean, I even tried to watch this.
You did. Someone on Twitter said, "Watch the next episode and tell us." I told you straight up, I'm not watching another goddamn episode.
And I did. And you know what? The only cool thing was that it showed that the main girl, totally forget her name, but it doesn't even matter anymore. Fujimiya was hit by a car accident by some friend who she's going to meet, who I assume is going to be Hase. And Hase and the mom had a funny moment.
By the way, car accident? That's goddamn lame.
I don't know.
That's really lazy.
I don't know. It's just...
Come with something more creative, goddammit.
Yeah. So, One Week Friends was not funny. It was not interesting. It was really boring. And it just did not fit in with what I was looking for. I don't even know what I was looking for.
If you guys
something darker. That's what it was.
If you guys can enjoy it, that's awesome. I wish I could enjoy it. I feel like I wasted the last 4 episodes, but
it's only an hour of our lives. But what if we need that hour one day?
You know, I used that extra 20 minutes to play an extra game of League of Legends. It was quite nice.
Oh yeah.
I probably wanted to. I mean, I don't remember, but I probably wanted.
Excellent. Good job. I probably slept.
Nicely done.
I'm an old man.
All right.
Here's the button. Bing.
Valkyrie in the Darkness, so you can take a break right now.
Break time.
So last week, Spencer, I said, you remember there's a girl with the cannon and the girl who can teleport, and I said, well, the easiest way is for her to teleport the girl in the cannon so that she hits herself with a bullet. Well, I forgot that the main character is a goddamn pansy who doesn't want to kill anybody. So what he actually does is he ties up the girl with the teleporter to a pole, and he's like, okay, teleport. So she teleports with the girl with the cannon, and then he pushes a button to make her hang up so she can't use magic for 24 hours.
That was it?
That was it.
It was that anticlimactic.
Well, they spent I think 15 minutes foreshadowing. Like, he's like, what can I do? Like, I have to be able to save her somehow. And then it was just lame.
Are you going to drop it yet?
No, because the action is still really good. You find out later that,
I feel like this anime series is going to turn into a tournament. And, the people are fighting and it's going to end up being the final 2.
You actually find out the reason that the girl that, God, what's her name? The girl that always smiles, Kotori. The reason she always smiles is because she was with a friend and they both only had 1 death pill left or something like that. Mm. And then her friend gave her the pill because she said, look, your birthday's going to be tomorrow. I want you to at least live until your birthday. And I actually enrolled you into school. The reason she enrolled into school is because that was her dream, because she's never gotten to go to school.
The A+, AAA?
No, the teleport girl.
Oh, okay.
And
Success.
Yeah, Kotori. And then her dying words to Kotori were, whenever you're sad or whatever, always smile because your smile's beautiful or something like that. Some garbage like that. So that's why she's always smiling.
How beautiful.
Which is nice and all, but it's kind of weird when she's splattered with blood, but she's smiling. It's really creepy. Which is why they thought she was going to, kill her. And so again, we had fan service in this episode where, again, this guy handles it so well. I love the way he handles sexuality in this anime. It's a hot day outside, so Kureha and all the other girls are spraying each other with water and stuff, and they're hanging out. And Kureha's like, oh, my shirt's wet, so she takes it off or whatever. No, the girl, Kazumi, I think her name is. Yeah, it is Kazumi. She takes off her top, but she's not wearing anything underneath. She's like, all you girls do the same thing because it's more comfortable. And sure, why not? And then she says something, I don't know, erotic or whatever, and then the Ryota walks in. He's like, "Yeah, I can see all of you." And then she's like, "Why aren't you embarrassed?" He's like, "Because it's your fault. Like, I just walked into my own backyard. This is totally your fault." And then she's like, "Well, I'm not gonna put on any clothes." He's like, "I brought barbecue," and she's like, "All right, I'll get dressed." And they have a nice backyard barbecue.
Nice.
And it was an okay episode.
Would he really handle it that way though? Realistically,
No, but that's why I like him, because he sucks in pretty much every other regard. So at least he has some
apparently
redeeming
he still
factor.
sucks at that though.
What?
Well,
Handling sexuality?
taking opportunities.
I've only actually seen one harem where the guy actually gets the true harem ending. Campion. I'm pretty sure people watch that.
Didn't you tell me bad things about that?
Oh, in the last episode, yeah.
Wasn't that like the most erotic
When the
scene
most
you've ever
erotic
seen?
kiss, they had sex without having sex. It was amazing.
No, it's not.
No, it was amazing that they actually did it. Is what I'm saying.
No, it's not.
Because it was like, okay, I want to talk about
No,
it. No, I want to talk
please,
about it.
no.
So the whole thing about this guy is that he's a god killer, right? And when you kill a god, you gain their power or something like that. At least that's how it was for him. So he's got like 12 powers, and then he gets like I guess you could call it sacred energy, and they take him to he's taken to the underworld because one of the girls in his harem wants to be the only girl in the harem. So she challenges like the main girls, like whoever kills the other one will become his wife, because the wife of a god killer is like a pretty high status thing. And so they fight. The main girl kind of loses, and then or she wins ish, and then but the underworld's like kind of killing her slowly. And so he's like, "I'll inject you with my divine protection," and I'm like. The way he says inject kind of disturbs me. Like, that choice of word. So they start kissing. The thing about his body is because he's a god killer and he has the powers of God, magic doesn't hurt him unless he ingests it or internally. So, like, if he drinks it or whatever, like, through, like, if he mix magic with a drink. But they just use that as an excuse to make out with him every episode, so they inject magic through their tongues. I know, terrible reasoning. So, to inject her with his divine protection, they start hardcore making out, which I'm used to by this episode. They do it in every single episode, so it was nothing out of the ordinary. But then, like, they start gyrating, and, like, they start, like, kind of dry humping, and then he lifts her leg up, like they're having sex, and then just, like, really major, violent thrusting, even though they're completely clothed, and then he injects her with the magic at the end, and then she puts her hand on her stomach, she's like, "It's so warm inside of me, I can feel it."
That makes me uncomfortable.
It was so funny, just because it was so absolutely ridiculous.
That's not funny. That's one of those things why I avoid anime like that. Because if your nephew walked in the room, you'd be like, cartoons. Like, you wouldn't be able to say anything towards that.
Yeah. So Campion was something, but at the very end, he gets a hair mending. All the girls like him. Which is,
Oh, joy.
yeah. I've never seen that before. It was something, I guess.
How special for you.
It was an okay harem overall. Do you want to hit the button?
You're done with Valkyrie already?
I have nothing else to say about it.
Okay, fine. Here we go. Oh,
Captain Earth.
We just watched that today.
Yeah, it was really good.
It's always good. It's just good.
We discussed this during the episode where we actually hadn't seen the mech in like 3 or 4 episodes.
we said that.
It's been a while.
I remember talking about it in the first recap. I was like, well, are they going to just repeat that every episode so the animators get to relax for like 40 seconds every episode with that recycled mech thing? But they didn't use it for the past couple episodes.
Yeah, there were a couple actually in-universe reasons for that, and one out-of-universe reason that we came up with. The out-of-universe one is basically it keeps it fresh if you don't use the mech every single episode, and they give the characters more development that way. It's not like Gundam, where at the end of most episodes of Gundam, I don't know, for example, Gundam Seed, by far the worst Gundam series I've ever seen in my life. I'm gonna get hate for that one. Whatever the main character's name, I think it was Kira. He gets in the mobile suit, he jumps out, kills some people, yada yada, episode's over, everybody's happy. Here, it's very heavy on the characters, everybody gets development. Also, the mech, as we see in this episode, gets destroyed very easily. The Kilt Gang have so much better technology that, like, they destroy the mech very easily.
The Earth engine is just not strong.
The time they take, where they don't show it, they say it's for repairs.
Yeah.
Which works out well, like, in universe. It makes sense.
You know, it's funny. There's a scene where they're all sitting around eating melons, or watermelon, which is so cute. Like, it's a really nice scene.
It's fantastic.
And then, Valkyrie was like, we should all sit around and eat melons. And I just start waving my hand in the air.
It was Daichi. He's like, I have melons, but we'll save them for tomorrow.
Yeah,
He's we all have to eat them together.
Yeah, and I was like, Death Flag.
Yeah,
Death
you and I were
Flag.
like, oh god, not the death flag. No.
So-
And then we were thinking, like, wait a minute, it can't be Daichi because he has plot armor.
Yeah.
So it has to be somebody else.
And I was like, well, Teppei kind of has plot armor too. He could die though.
Kind of, yeah. So then,
Well, he actually does die.
in a way,
a way, yeah.
He dies from
I
being
did
whatever
not
they
expect
are.
that.
No, I didn't even know he could get rid of his immortality.
The time where the super sketchy busty girl like shoots the big cannon and is going to take all of them out because what are they called? Kilt gangs cannot die. They turn into that little cube and fly away like Custom Robo. Reference. Anybody get that? Thanks. So he's like, oh, don't worry, Albion, you'll live. So shoot. But then Albion / Teppei pulls out his
cube.
his ego cube or something and goes block.
Ego block.
And then I guess so. And then his blows up.
Yep.
And then everyone's like, oh, and I thought he died. Kind of.
Well, we were assuming either he died or he lost his immortality, and it seems to be the latter.
Yeah, so he shows up with a live blaster in his hand. So
He's
that's
a human.
3
So we
now,
got 3 live blasters, only still can't fire the one that Hannah came up with.
which means either A, there's a male protagonist coming.
Might be Valkyrie. It might be her.
Oh, it could be. Then what's Hannah? Just random alien X?
Well, she's the one who powers his Kill King, right?
Does she power all of...
No, she powers.
then
she uses the blooms.
So she's useless again.
No, she's useful. She powers the Kill King.
He can't get in it.
No, he might be able to.
But she's useless.
That's
her,
true.
Her
actually,
whole existence is useless yet again.
If he can't pilot the Kill King anymore, she has no purpose
I
anymore.
mean, her goal is to fire the live blaster. Can't shoot that.
Yeah.
Her goal is to power the Kill King. Can't fly that. So what is she? Just fan service now?
I'm assuming at one point we're gonna have all 3 or 4 if they come up with another live blaster, like them all like doing the whole Power Rangers where they combine their weapons and shoot
Oh yeah.
one beam.
Speaking of Power Rangers, so at the end of this episode, they pull the classic mech.
They get spacesuits,
Trope.
which is real.
Spaceships.
By the way, Teppei's suit is easily the coolest looking.
Teppei?
Yeah.
I thought Daichi's was.
Well, because I like the color blue. So.
Oh, I like the white color.
And I pointed out, like, I like how Daichi's the only one who like unzips the suit, so it looks like he has a pop
Akari
collar.
had it too, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what though? I'm kind of nervous because Captain Earth's been amazing. They dropped the title, you know that, right?
Yeah, because now he has the title of Captain Earth.
And that's great, but my concern is, do you remember that Magnificent Princes or something?
Majestic Prince.
Majestic Prince, okay? Very similar suits. Obviously, it's a mech trope.
All
or
mech
whatever.
suits look the same.
I'm aware, but the problem is if this. I trust Captain Earth. Captain Earth does a great job in breaking norms of mech, and it's a really good job for character building. My issue is, what if they break free of that, and all of a sudden it becomes a very classic mech anime? Each mech has its own unique power, and blah blah blah. I don't know. I'm just worried.
I don't think they're going to do that.
I hope not. But
Like,
anyways,
I
wait a
doubt
minute. They're not even. There's only one Earth engine.
Yeah, there's only one.
So why do they all
And a
get
Kill
spacesuits?
Maybe they have more.
Maybe.
just
Well,
haven't
now that
revealed them.
Teppei has a live blaster, he might get a suit next episode or a engine, Mars engine,
Something engine, yeah. Earth engine 2.
Neptune engine.
Pluto engine. That's not a planet
I want to
anymore.
hear them
but
say Jupiter engine. I want to hear that.
Sorti Dogo.
Oh,
What else do they call it? Mechabeth Enterprise.
so yeah, it's revealed that the Kilt Gang people, the two, I don't remember what their name, Coco or something like that. They're
It's not right.
But okay, that trailer that they drive, they're actually stationed in Earth, and like Teppei, they get in this little portal thing, and their energy is transported into the Kilt Gang in space,
and they're
probably on the other side of the moon.
At the end of the fight, the machine Goodfellas are actually broken, so they can't become Kill King anymore.
Well, that happened last time. Remember, Daichi killed both their suits.
No, but like the actual thing they go in that they
What?
put libido into,
Oh, really?
it broke.
Didn't know that.
So they can't become Kill Kings for a while until they repair it.
So that's good. That's actually really good that you don't get the repetitive.
And they also revealed there's a mothership filled with a Kill King.
Yeah. So there's a lot more of them, which is why we have 4 protagonists fighting.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and I really like the relationship between the ex-wife and husband.
Yeah.
That's really cool. I like that.
Like I said, she nails that role perfectly. It's just the tone in her voice feels like someone who's been close to him before but isn't anymore.
Yeah, it feels like there's a little bit of a hollow, but I don't know. It feels really sad, but it's good.
It feels kind of melancholy.
Yeah, I like it though.
It's fantastic. Captain Earth is just really good every single week.
I really enjoyed it again. It was a great. It helped me keep my pumpedness up after watching Godzilla. Click the button. Bing.
Right, moving on. Nanana's Buried Treasure.
This is the last one we watched. Well, you watched it a while ago. I just watched it.
So
Funny, man. This show is funny. I just laugh a lot in this show.
I was slightly disappointed that Tensai did not keep her black hair.
So this episode reveals Jugo's malicious nature. I
wouldn't call him malicious.
I can't peg him as a bad guy though.
He's not a bad guy.
But I said it last week and I'll say it again. I don't know what's going on in Jugo's head.
Yeah, he's I don't know. It was the entire episode I saw where it was going, especially with how it ended. But at the same time, I don't understand his motivation. I know he wants to help Nanana find her killer. I know he wants to make her happy in general. But how does taking the collection do that? Well, I guess it could help find the killer if it has some sort of good power, but...
I think it's something to do with his family. I think it has something to do with his family being tied in with the Nanana's collection and that leprechaun thing.
I think the leprechauns are killer.
Yeah?
I think so. I could be wrong. I don't know. There's still a lot that hasn't been revealed in the series.
I really like the side characters that got introduced. Well, they were introduced a while ago.
Kagetora is so funny.
Kagetora is pretty funny.
He's hilarious.
Still hate that side character girl.
I don't remember her name. I don't want to remember
Love
her
how
name.
she gets shut down all the time, though.
Yuiga?
He does it so well.
I hate Yuiga so much, but the way he shuts her down was fantastic. And... you know what? I realized it. I think I said it while we were watching it together. Yuga just has a face that I want to punch so badly. Mm-hmm. It's just every time he smiles, I just want to clock him. I hate this guy.
He looks exactly like, now I'm totally blanking on the name. But Toradora glasses guy.
Kitamura?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe that's why I don't like him.
Yeah, Kitamura. He looks exactly like him.
I hate this guy so much.
This episode was good, man. It went through the system. There was a hot springs.
We had the what do you call it? The treasure, and what do you call that? What do they call it?
Totally
Ruins.
Ruins.
We had the ruins. We had the mystery with Tensai. She got to solve something.
Yeah.
We got a bath scene with Daruku.
Okay, Daruku is the funniest character in this anime.
He's so funny.
When Kagetora calls him out for wanting to lick the saliva of Tepe, or Tensai?
Tepe.
Wow, Tensai. Well, maybe he wants to lick Tepe, I don't know. Tensai, man. Because it was so funny, because Jugo was thinking the same thing in the last episode, or a couple episodes ago, and so he was just keeping silent the whole time.
And you just see Jugo like, I'm not dealing with this, I'm just eating as much food as I can.
We've already, and I love it, the trap, because Daruko, for a guy, looks very womanly.
Yeah, he looks pretty effeminate.
And Jugo was like, when she was getting her skirt, she was like, oh, no, what's this? And Kagetora's all in there. Oh,
it's so funny.
It's funny. It's really good. Nana's Buried Treasure is consistently very good, and it has a storyline, and the gags are funny because it's in the story and in the world. You know what I mean? This is done right.
It's carried so well by Jugo. He's such a fantastic main character. If nothing else, we still don't know too much about him.
But I love his character. He's very confident, and there's so much to him we don't understand, but he's such a pansy sometimes. When that scary girl was poked through to...
yeah,
okay,
what the hell?
Yeah, okay, like you were saying, go ahead and tell about the reverse...
They do the reverse onset that they do
I've never seen this
any
before.
anime. It's always the guys on one side, and they hear the girls touching each other and grabbing each other's boobs, comparing sizes. But it's a complete opposite here. They're like, Jugo, you're pretty ripped, right? Oh, Yuga, you can stand against him. Also, and they start feeling his arm. He's like, oh no, don't touch me.
And then this girl's going nuts. And just she pokes a hole, and then she's looking through, and all of a sudden Jugo's like, oh, and then looks through too, and she gets so mad at him. Oh, it's good.
But who is Jugo wanting to see? Probably Tensai, I would assume.
Well,
he doesn't show any interest in the other girl.
No, but it doesn't really matter. Jugo seems like the character who just wants to see a body.
I guess.
That's what it seems like to me.
I love Jugo so much. He's so funny.
Oh, and it's pretty much confirmed that Yukihime likes Jugo.
Yeah,
that kind of cold shoulder only comes from a wrecked woman, man.
I feel it. I feel it now.
I feel that burn.
I feel the harem in this anime.
Well, I don't think it's pronounced.
Tensai definitely likes him.
But it's not going to be a harem as in a harem.
I agree. Yeah. I agree, but there is a harem in it. Tensai definitely likes it. Nanana definitely likes him after this episode. You see it. Just the way she acts.
But it's nice, though, because it's not a harem where... Like I was saying...
But this worries me, because I said in the very beginning, I don't want this anime to be about Jugo and Nanana having a romantic relationship.
It won't.
Because it's just... That would be sad. It would be too sad.
It would ruin the foundation that they built.
Because it ends one of two ways. Either Jugo decides to spend the rest of his life in that room, just living there always. Or she passes on and he's sad.
No, there's a third option.
What's the third? She comes back to life?
Yeah. Or he manages to get her out of the room and she's a ghost that can wander.
But still, actually, no, you can touch her, so that would work out.
It could work out.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Okay, there's the third option. I didn't think of that.
Yeah. So I think Nana's Buried Treasure, if you didn't watch it, please watch it. It's awesome.
It's good. It's obvious that Jugo took the thing at the end.
Yeah.
And he shipped it. That's pretty obvious. I'm curious to see what it does. That's about it.
But man, Nana's Rage is epic.
That was
EMP
out of left field. Yeah. I did not see that coming.
Okay.
Kind of a cliffhanger ending.
Yeah, I liked it. We don't really have those very often in Nanana.
That's good, because I don't like cliffhanger endings.
Random topic button!
The regular Magic High School.
And I can talk about it now.
Well, since I was talking about it, why don't you take the lead?
Okay. Uh-oh. Yeah, I got this. Okay, so Tatsuya.
You don't know their names.
I don't know their names at all. Tatsuya is a boss, as always. He concocted this whole plan to take the whole crew into the terrorist hideout. And you know what? Like, I was expecting a big battle, but he just wrecks this terrorist group in like 5 seconds.
Yeah,
the main bad guy, which we have no idea what his name is.
It doesn't matter. He's done after this episode.
The main bad guy used hypnosis to wreck Mibu's mind. Just change her emotions and everything. And so he realizes this because Tatsuya is cheap. He can see all of the...
He knows what spell you're casting as you're about to cast it.
And it's cheap, because he's a robot. We're already assuming this. So he sees it, he blocks the magic rays of this guy's hypnosis, and scares the crap out of him because he just destroys all the guns around him. Because these guys are non-magic users, right? So they're not wanting to do anything. Well, he is, apparently. Why is the leader of Blanche using magic?
Because I told you before, they want to use magic to fight magic. It's the best kind of weapon.
That's stupid. Aren't they against magic?
Yeah. No, they're against inequality due to magic.
That's like a bunch of tree huggers being like, oh yeah, I'll cut down all the trees. Ha ha. Ha.
No, it's not. No. Okay. That's a terrible analogy. Not even. Wow.
Anyways, so the boss runs away, and Tatsuya, like a boss, does not run, yet he walks.
See, this is why I took AP Literature and you didn't.
Hey.
Actually, no, did you?
We took it together.
That's right.
Leave it alone, man.
We slept in that class
I have more
every
education
single day.
than you. I have more education than you.
We slept in that class every single day. You're like one semester ahead of me, dude.
I remember recording an image of me having one of those Contigo things, and hello, everybody, and using it.
I literally brought a pillow to class one day, and then I just slept.
I borrowed a Full Metal Alchemist manga from Carly and read it.
Oh, man.
I remember that.
Carly had FMA?
Yeah, she did.
Oh, sweet.
Props, right?
Yeah.
So anyways, he walks after the boss and manages to catch up because the boss is the biggest pansy in the earth. And we get to see the girl, what's her name?
Mibu.
No, the other girl.
Oh, Miyuki.
Yeah, Miyuki. We get to see Miyuki's power. We kind of seen glimpses of it last episode.
We had predicted it.
But it's
AoE.
cheap. And you know what?
But it's not. It's balanced.
You can show her hesitancy in using it, which is really cool. She doesn't like killing. She doesn't want to. And so when
it's in her brother
when she was
involved.
using it, she's like, okay, let's just do this. And she just froze everybody and they fell over. And she was like, oh no. And so Tatsuya's walking. He corners the guy. And there's obviously a plot dumpage of verbal stuff. How did you do this? How do you do that? Who are you?
You know what? Something that we've been doing... Because we are assuming he's a robot, every time someone talks trash to Tatsuya, you're like, I'm the best guy in the world. No man can defeat me. And we're like, how about a machine?
Yeah, we're pretty much like, well, he's a robot and he fought in World War III.
And they're like,
so...
I can't keep up with him. They're like, he's too powerful. I was like, would you say mechanically powerful? Like, every time they said some kind of trope like that, I would just squeeze in the fact that he's a robot.
He is, man. It's totally. So this guy, he's... Tatsuya's about to destroy him, and all of a sudden, bursting through the door is... What's his name?
No idea.
Kinohara?
Yeah, Kirihara maybe?
Kirihara or something. That K guy. He was the guy who idolized Mibu. And
they fought together.
Yeah, he was the one who was kind of incredulous that Mibu would be bad in the first place. He's like, no, I really loved her swordplay, and she was really good. And so he's like, my sword's for killing only, and hers is for love, or something like that. Anyways, he bursts in, and then it gets explained.
This was so cool.
What's happening? And this guy rages. He fortifies his blade and chops the crap out of this guy's arm.
Yeah, it was
falls off.
Brutal.
And then there's blood gushing. And then the big hulking club advisor guy walks in and goes, "That's enough." And then
Castries the wound.
Man, he just flame pretty much pulls a Mustang.
Yeah, Roy Mustang.
And just flames the guy's arm.
Except it's way more epic than Mustang did it.
It's really, of course. So good. So it leaves. It's revealed that Tatsuya was a really kind guy and dulled down Miyuki's spells, so she didn't actually kill anybody. And she's like, "Oh, Aniki," or something like that. And then they're walking and they have a heart-to-heart. I really like their relationship, but I just think she was talking and she's like, "Oh, I'll follow you ever," and we're like, "Well, no one cares, and you're the little sister, but you're gonna fall in love because he's a robot and not your brother."
We discussed this. How do you fall in love with a machine? I mean, I know he looks like your brother and all, but he's a machine. How do you fall in love with that?
We also witnessed the breaking down of Rajpreet's beloved harem.
That sucked.
The K guy falls in love with Mibu, and they both mutually fall in love with each other. It's revealed that Mibu loved Tatsuya for his muscles, actually for his manliness.
She respected his power,
but his power was so scary that she got frightened, and she's like, "Whoa, this is powerful." Which then leads Miyuki to go, "Oh, I'm never going to be afraid of you. No one cares, Miyuki."
No, but it makes sense because her power is actually on par with.
But no one cares because she's just this little sister.
They fight really well together.
They do fight really well
because
together.
she can stand back and just cast her spells while he goes right up to them and like just takes them out like that.
There's a lot of trust between them. It shows because he was about to get stabbed in the back. He didn't even look back. He knew the guy was coming because of his ninjutsu stuff, but he just kept walking and she froze him in time. It was nice. And there's a lot of plot drops revealed.
It is revealed, which I had assumed that his prime directive as a Terminator, which he pretty much is to protect Miyuki.
Yeah.
And that's the only reason he's in school with her.
Yeah, it was revealed, like, because she's like, oh, isn't it pain for you to come? He's like, you know what? I'm okay. It's fun. Probably because he gets all the ladies.
And that also makes sense as to why he's so hostile to anybody who tries to tear apart their home
and
life.
why he has no resistance in killing people. Like, he just wrecks crap. And speaking of wrecking crap, you hear the Crimson Prince. So this red-haired...
Lame name.
Buff dude with a probably gay sidekick.
The George or Georgie or whatever, he was like... he's like, no man can ever keep up with you. And I was like, but can a machine?
Oh, George. Yeah, so pretty much, like, the Crimson Prince is going to come from a rival school, more battles ensue. You know what? I don't sound very excited about the episode, but the action is so good. It's really good. The fight scenes are great.
The story's only okay. Like I said, this anime is very solid, but it's not great, you know?
It feels like a production company teamed up with a story writer and said, you know what, let's make a really good-looking anime that has an okay story and pull in some money. And
it's quite nice.
It's good to watch. You know, it's entertainment at its finest.
It's not the best. I think it's the most probably underrated of the season.
Yeah.
It's
like I was saying, it's kind of like a dark horse. Like, it comes out of nowhere. Good.
It's Carrie Patty.
Hey, Dark Horse has been around since, well, you're really fine. Stupid.
I called her Carrie Patty.
Carrie Patty? Perry.
I messed up the joke. God damn it.
Perry Katie? Katy Perry.
My comedic timing's off.
Yeah, man. It's always off.
Oh, thanks.
That's okay. No, it's not. That was always off.
Yeah?
I'm going to hit the button now. Awkward random topic button. Click. Oh, click.
You missed. Akuma no Riddle.
Another break for me.
So, you know what? They finally rectified what I've had an issue with the last 2 episodes. They had another interesting assassin. Have you ever heard of Highlander syndrome? Highlander syndrome.
I've heard of the
movie?
No.
No?
No.
Okay, basically Highlander syndrome is where your body does not age naturally. In fact, it doesn't age at all.
Has that ever happened?
I've had no idea if it's real or not.
It's probably to monks. Monks in like...
But basically, it's something yada yada, cell death, yada yada yada. This girl cannot age at all, but she can still die normally. It's just she can't die of old age. So, her one wish is to be cured of this so she can live and die like a normal person. Because, like you said last week with Tepe, this is a horrible curse for her.
Everybody who's immortal has the same issue.
It's true. And she gives her example. Like, there's a guy that I was great friends with way back when. Like, this is old in times because there's no cars or just carts you see from a flashback. And he kept growing and they kept joking and he's like, I'll still be with you even though you never age. It's kind of funny. Like, you'll always be young. But then he kind of decides he wants to spend his life with someone and end it with someone. And so he leaves her for another guy. And she's like, I lost someone so precious to me because of this.
He leaves someone?
He leaves the immortal girl.
For a guy?
No.
That's what you said.
Oh, sorry. He leaves her for he leaves her for a girl, some other woman.
Plot twist?
Anyway, so that's her wish. The way she does the assassination this episode is she basically puts a bomb on Haru's neck. And she gives Tokaku 4 riddles. Like, you'll find one number for the combination on the lock. You have 3 tries.
Why would she do that? Why not just blow her up?
That's I don't understand that. She just doesn't. She just doesn't. She gives her the riddle. Of course, Tokaku finds out in the end. She saves Haru's life.
But why would you? If you're trying to assassinate someone, do it better than that.
I think it's because she doesn't actually want to kill her.
Does anybody? They just want the wish, I guess. Technically, if she does have a conscience, then if it's technically the girl's fault for screwing up the riddles and not her.
I guess. I don't know. I feel so sorry for the goddamn teacher. He finds out it's the girl's birthday, the immortal girl's birthday. So he shows up there at the pool, by the way. So, by the way, it's like episode 6 in like all the
about
anime.
The time.
So
it's about that time.
Both this one and Never Flag Breaks had the pool episode.
Yeah, it's about time for that.
Yeah, it's around that time. So he shows up. Scene, right? He's like, "Happy birthday!" and like pops the things, and they're like, "This is a girl only pool." And they kick him out. He's like, "I just wanted to spend your birthday with you. I thought I was being a good teacher." And then like, because 3 girls dropped out, like there's 7 assassins left, and and Haru, so I guess 6, and there's Observer, so I guess there's actually only 5.
Who's the Observer?
The blonde.
Oh, okay.
Who's actually my favorite character right now. She's really funny. And he's like, I definitely can't let anybody else drop out. I have to help these girls graduate. I have to get in the future. I feel so bad for this guy.
What a good guy.
He tries so hard. And even the Isuke, who I hate, she's like, this guy tries way too hard. What the hell's wrong with him? And then the observer's like, that's why he was picked to be our homeroom teachers, because he doesn't give up. And he's like, I have to help these girls. I have to do my best. And this one scene is so endearing for this guy. He's reading through like their profiles and he sees that both Haru and Tokaku don't have any families. And he says, okay, I can't mention the warmth of family around them because it'll make them sad. Like, he makes a mental note of this.
Nice guy.
He doesn't want to hurt his students. This guy is so cool. And that's really all I got to say.
Cool. I'm hitting the random topic button.
Akuma no Riddle, pretty good.
Ooh,
You know,
baby
when the
steps.
assassin's on crap.
Yay. So, just like you predicted, he lost.
Which I'm happy about.
I'm really happy too.
Yeah.
He has a long way to go, but the fat-nosed guy, he knows it. And
the guy calls him
he calls it diamond in the rough, or maybe I don't know if he said that, but he pretty much what I really like about this series is the main character has two good things. One, he's a great shonen character because he's kind of a pansy. He's got a lot of way to go. But two, he has a power. He has really good eyes, and they answered why he has good eyes in this episode. It was because every single day he would watch the trains go by to see his dad.
Yeah,
and you know what? That actually makes sense. It makes,
in a way.
He had good eyes when he was born, but because he was always watching the fast train to see his dad goes by, he was able to kind of hone that power. As far as abilities go, that's a pretty believable ability. It's not too far out. And in this universe where it doesn't look like that people don't have superpowers, he doesn't really have a superpower. He just has a skill, and that's good.
I think it's just a way to sort of make him get better faster. So that we don't have to... Because normally for him to get to like Natsu's level, it would take him a few years.
Two things going for him really well is that he has, like his friend was saying in the third episode or second episode or something, he has the ability to do things over and over again without stopping. And that's something you need to do. He has grinder's ability.
Yeah.
He could play MMOs and grind, and that's what he's good at.
You know who's kind of like that? June.
Oh, is he?
I talked about June before. He's the guy who I made... by the way, June's listening, so hey, June, how's it going, man?
Oh, hey, June.
He's the guy who I tricked into comparing things to dicks all the time. We both love Pokemon, so he and I got X and Y together, and we played a lot.
Are you telling this story?
And then I stopped playing, because I get pretty bored once I hit late game, and I don't... I mean, breeding's okay. Like, I made my competitive team, and I'm like, I don't feel like playing anymore, and then I stopped. To this day, this guy still breeds hours and hours and hours and hours he spends breeding. And I asked him, like, how do you not go insane by doing this? And he just says, I like repetitive tasks. So, June, I guess you'd be good at tennis by this logic.
Yeah, I guess so. Do you have good eyes, though? Well, he has
no.
glasses.
He has glasses.
Sorry about your teeth, man. Just had to get that off my chest. You ruined my shirt, though.
Gaming outlets.
Okay, this Jude guy.
Oh, man.
So I'm gonna tell two stories.
I'll go for it.
One story is when we were in high school, we were playing this game. I think you played it, where there's a big field and there's beanbags in the enemy's hula hoop near the end of the field. You have one too, and your goal is to deplete their enemy or their beanbag supply and add them to yours. The team with the most beanbags win.
I love this story.
This wasn't working. We were going back and forth, and I'm kind of like a leader. I can kind of like get into a group and talk to a bunch of people, and it kind of works out. And so I kind of gathered the guys in the gym class. I'm like, okay, guys, we need to do a flying V. And what needs to happen is we'll have a bunch of guys in the V formation.
Did you say wedge formation?
Wedge formation, flying V, whatever. And they just run straight through, and when they get kind of demolished, the guys in the pocket in the middle of the V will burst out, grab the pockets, and run. Right?
Not a bad plan.
It's not a bad plan.
Yeah.
Just when I was counting down, I realized this plan was destined to fail, and I stayed back, and I was like, this isn't going to work, man. June was in the tip of the flying V, and he ran with such passion straight into another guy's head with his mouth wide open. And June bit down into this guy's head. There's collapse. It's a disaster. I'm watching from the sidelines because I ditched.
By the way, June had just gotten his braces off at this point.
And so everyone's on the floor. The guy with the bloody head wanders to the hospital. He still has no memory to this day of what happened. June's teeth are wrecked. And I felt so bad. Horrible. And we didn't even win the game. And June had to wear braces again. Still to this day, he wears a retainer.
He wears a retainer.
I feel it's always on my back that I choreographed such a horrible thing for him. So My parents, this is the sub story to this. My parents went to the Cayman Islands. They brought back this amazing t-shirt that when you go in the sun, it turns rainbow colors. Rainbow colors. And so I'm sitting there in math class or something, and June is sitting behind me, takes out a Sharpie, and draws a line down the sea, so it looks like a G. So now I'm walking around with a rainbow shirt that says Gay Man Islands, and I can't get it out. I'm rubbing it. And then I felt so angry at him, but I couldn't do anything. So that's one of the worst moments of my life. Probably the best moments of my, like, Napoleon-like life. So I'm sorry, June. I'm sorry that I did that to you. I hope you forgive me.
My face was from laughing so much. Oh my god.
Okay, so anyways, Baby Steps is great. They had a lot of character development. It shows that A-chan has a long ways to go.
But it also, this serves as a driving force of motivation for him to get a lot better and basically go through the training really hardcore.
And Takuma's beginning to respect him, I think, because...
I think he sees the potential now. And it looks like the next episode they're going to be training together.
Well, even Natsu has a respect, says he's going to get better than us. Like
she can see it because she sees the hard work he puts in.
Yeah.
But now I think he's going to take it to another level.
Yeah. And you know, you were saying before, there's nothing special about it. It seems too slow. I think it's going to accelerate at a pretty good pace now.
I hope so.
I like the characters.
Like I said, nothing happens in baby steps. Nothing happens in baby steps.
Yeah. Okay, that's Baby Steps. And I'm assuming it's going to go to Haikyuu.
Hit the button.
Oh.
No, if her flag breaks.
Man, I wanted Haikyuu.
That'll be next, because I think this is the second last one.
Wait, did we watch Haikyuu?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
So, if her flag breaks, I told you about the girl who appeared in the, shine of the light last episode. Turns out she also has a flag power. The same power as Sota. And it's kind of a repeat of the first episode where people come up to her and like try to be her friend and stuff, or try to go out with her, and she just breaks their flags. And basically it's revealed that she's here to observe Sota, because apparently the power of the flag is one that has the potential to destroy the world.
Which makes sense.
You
can manipulate anybody you wanted with it.
I suppose. So they're like, if he uses his powers for bad things, we have to kill him. If he uses it for good things, we can leave him be. Or maybe he'll join our organization. By the way, the main villain of the series, tell me this sounds familiar, wears a helmet where one eye is exposed, complete black suit, and a cape, and her name is Number Zero.
Oh,
sound familiar?
Yeah, like Code Geass.
Yeah, it's a complete Code Geass parody. And awesome, by the way, because I love Code Geass. So, like I said before, you have to find the bishop. The girl with the other flag power, I think she's the samurai. Apparently there's a samurai piece as well, because she has samurai in her name, or something like that.
That's a weird chess game,
It's another
man.
piece. It is. But he also finds the bishop. Now, this is kind of weird, because the bishop appears out of nowhere, and because the series is about halfway done, they're trying to accelerate the story, because she has a story floating on top of her head that tells him, like, this is how you get the story going. So he just keeps trying to interact with this girl. She gives him some water when he's feeling down. Turns out because the whole Titanic's sinking, every time he gets knee deep into water, he throws up because he's traumatized.
Oh yeah, okay.
Which is fine, I guess. It makes sense, right?
At least it's realistic that way.
Yeah, so basically this girl shows up. They become kind of good friends. Like, she's selling ice cream to get herself through school because she has no parents, apparently. You find out eventually that her parents were actually on the Titanic, and they were workers.
You're just calling it that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not actually called... I can't remember the name. It's something dumb.
Titanic works.
Yeah. I mean, the same thing happened pretty much. And this part makes absolutely no sense to me. She feels guilty because her parents were like workers or something on the Titanic, and her parents died, but he lived, but like he got tortured because of it. Because like as soon as he got off the boat, people like came with cameras in his face, like, "Hey, how'd you survive?" or "Hey, how you doing?" Stuff like that. Typical press stuff. And she's like, "You have to suffer all of this." And it's like somehow her fault because her parents didn't take care of him. I don't know.
You haven't found out who that girl was that he met and gave her the power?
Sakura?
Yeah.
We just know her name's Sakura.
Oh, okay.
But like, I don't understand how this girl felt guilt over this. But basically, they have this moment. Like she takes him to this cave. Like this, she said, "This is the spot where I go where I feel sad and I just need to think about things." And I think she says something like, "If I had an older brother like you, I feel like my life would be a lot better." And he says, "If I had a younger sister like you, I feel like we could get along really well." And then she's like, "Why don't we become brother and sister in spirit?" He's like, "Okay." As soon as he says that, 3 death flakes pop up on her head. And then the tide comes in, so they're trapped. And he's like, he grabs hold of her. He's like, "No, we'll become brother and sister for real." She's like, "Really?" And then it goes back to the story flag or conquered flag or whatever. But then it immediately gets destroyed and more death flags pop up. And he's like, "I want you to move in with me, like move into the dorm, go to school with me." And then she's like, "Oh," and then like the Conquer Flake comes back, and then it gets destroyed again, and more Death Flakes keep coming. And he's like, how do I save this girl? And he goes all out. He's like, I want you to live with me. You'll be my little sister. I'll take care of you forever. We'll be a big, happy family. And then, like, she's fine. Like, he finally saves her.
That was it?
He is basically accelerating to get her into the harem. Actually, the title of the episode was really funny. It was, who is that? Oh, she's just a little sister. Like, and then the episode actually ends on a cliffhanger. I don't know what they were talking about. I can't remember, but they had a flash to, like, a kind of a flashback to this some woman. No, it was, do you remember the granny? Like the girl who acts like a granny?
No.
You probably don't. But basically they ask how old she was, and she shows her.
Oh, yes, yes, I do.
She shows a picture of her, of some old lady, like some young woman who's like 30 times her height. And like the picture looks like it's from 30 years ago. And they're like, that's definitely not you. What the hell? You're totally lying. She's like, no, you grow shorter when you get older. Like she just makes it crap out. But then she shows up at the end of the episode, the girl in the picture. At least it looks like her. Yeah. And the episode ends. So cliffhanger ending again.
So it's classic harem, but it seems like it's got some interesting twists on it.
It's really funny. I really like the little sister character, if only for the fact that the relationship between them is really nice. They actually understand each other a lot better than any of the other girls understand him. Something really funny that happens, it's been happening a little, it's a kind of a running joke, is everybody sees that Akane is completely in love with him, so they keep trying to get Akane with him. And she's like, no, obviously Megu could take better care of him. And then Megu's like, no, obviously it's Nanami. And it always ends at Nanami. And Nanami's always like, why me? I have no feelings for this guy.
She's
like,
the blonde one, right?
She's a Sue. Yeah. She's like, why is it always me? And then, like, I think it was the old lady, or the girl pretends to be an old lady. She says, oh, Akane, you're going to have such great kids with Sota. You should make beautiful babies. And then she's like, no. Megumu or Nanami would make better babies. And then Nanami's like, I don't want to make babies. And then it cuts to Megumu. And then, like, the whole screen goes dark. And he just mutters, like, really silently, I don't think I could actually help with that. I felt so bad for him.
Has he given up explaining that he's not?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's accepted it. Oh, and they did this one trope. You know the trope in harem anime where they get to the beach, the girls take off of their clothes, and like the guy's like, oh, yeah. And then like there's a girl who like cover his eyes or poke his eyes out. So Megumu's like, I never wore a swimsuit before because guy swimsuits never had a top, and I was always embarrassed to show my body. And then he's like, but not anymore. And he like rips his clothes off, and Nanami freaks out and stabs Sota in the eyes. And then she's like, oh wait, I didn't have to do that because he's a guy. And then it turns out Megumu's actually wearing like a t-shirt underneath anyway. He's like, now guy swimsuit have tops, so I don't have to be embarrassed.
Yeah, it's funny, but
it's really funny. I love the little twist they put on the harem.
It's good, man. I'm glad you're getting your harem fix.
You say that to me every week.
Because most of your harems are falling apart, and it makes me so happy.
No, Black Bullet still.
Black Bullet.
No Game No Life is strengthening.
About that.
Chaika's
No Game No Life, it's allowed. Chaika, it's not really. It's not.
Really? He's got 3.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Maybe 4 with the new Chaika.
It's true. We'll see. And I think we might
get
Chaika. Oh, my turn. My turn. So
I'm gonna take a nap.
Hey, you have way too much solo action here. It's my turn. The Kawaii Complex. It's my turn. Okay. So in this episode, I actually have to try to remember what was on this episode. That's how much it meant to me. Oh yes, I remember. in this episode, the main long-haired guy, what's his name again?
Shiro.
Okay, thank you for remembering. Shiro is really creepy, okay? But he's actually genuinely a nice guy, and he's one of the most relatable characters in this anime. And all of a sudden, a girl shows up because Shiro found a wallet on the ground and returned to the police station. And the main character was commenting on as a side on the story because the police officer was really awkwarded out that Shiro was at the police station in the first place because he thought he was turning himself in, but he just wanted to return the wallet. So the girl who owned the wallet came back to the complex, and the mom is so fidgety because she's so like the mom of the daughter who lost the wallet was so uncomfortable with Shiro's presence that Shiro was getting turned on because he was getting abused in her head, and so it was getting worse for both of them because he was like and then she was like and then it was going on, and the girl was just staring, and she was like,
how old is this kid?
Like grade school.
Okay.
So then the mom's like, let's go now. And the daughter's like, no, you leave. And the mom's like, and so she leaves, but she
left her kid?
Yeah, she keeps looking back.
Oh my god.
So she gets pudding and stuff, and Shiro and her talk a lot about what he was building, like this marble contraption. So she comes back every day to hang out with him and talk
nice.
about it. Really nice. But everyone, every time they're together, is like standing in the back with a dark shadow over them and going, oh my gosh, he's like, this is the worst case scenario for Shiro because everyone thinks he's pedo because he kind of is. But then he announces that he's actually truly noble. And because the girl goes up to him and goes, I love you. I actually love you. And he goes, oh, that makes me really happy. But I can't, come back to me in about 16 years and say the same thing. And they're like, what? What? He actually has standards? So he shuts her down. She gets really sad. So she wanders away. And then that girl, the big girl who doesn't wear any clothes, not the big
Mayumi?
girl. Thank you for remembering all these names. They're probably right there if I
They
look.
are literally on your screen. And
We haven't been following the list, so I don't know where they are right now. Where's Kawaii? Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah. Fan service girl. Okay, Mayumi. She confronts this girl.
I call her the fan service girl.
Because Mayumi hates love. She hates youthful
She's
innocence.
Like 10. You can't do
she
this to her.
destroys this girl.
Oh, no.
She goes like, if you keep focusing on love, you're not going to have any friends. You're not going to nobody's going to like you. And that just breaks this girl.
Oh.
She starts crying and she runs away and everyone's like, you're an idiot, Mayumi. You're like, you successfully destroyed a grade school girl. So dinner's awkward amongst everybody, of course. And just getting the name, Ritsu's main girl, Usa. Of course, I remember these names now. See, the problem is, Kawaii Complex comes a week ago, and so I have watched so much other stuff since then. But anyways, so Usa and Ritsu and I believe the main annoying girl, Chaika. Yeah. So they kind of follow the girl to kind of peek on what she's doing at school, just to see what's going on, why she's so sad. She has no friends. Everybody just completely ignores her because she shut them out by being a little awkward. And so they go back and tell Mayumi, and Mayumi's like, oh my gosh, no. And so the mom calls them, and apparently the little girl ran away from home, just completely broken, like whatever. And so they're searching everywhere. And
Shiro to the rescue.
No, Shiro actually does nothing.
Really?
Yeah, he sucks. But anyway, Usa finds her in a bush in a Kawaii Complex, and he goes, found you. So they talk about it. Mayumi actually tries to give a little pep talk to her, and it doesn't work. Usa actually ends up manning up and explaining that, you gotta open up and you gotta, do your best. He actually gives a really good speech about how to figure it out. And then he tells everyone, you know what, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna work if she just opens up. And so the girl's like, if this works, it's great. I won't come over anymore. It'll be fine. If it doesn't work, can you please make me a whole bucket of pudding? I would love that. And so she goes away. Everyone's staring at Usa because he made this girl super confident and it could backfire. And Usa's like, it's going to work. So she comes to the door looking really sad the next day. And Usa's like, oh, crap. And she's like, can you make a bucket of pudding, please? And then her girlfriends come running in after her and goes like, because it's really fun to share pudding with friends. And so they all eat the pudding together. And Shiro finally made his giant marble contraption, which ended up sucking because it was the marble would go down. It was a really cool contraption that would knock water and pull pulleys, like Seki does.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so it knocks over, and this little cup full of water poured down, and noodles flew down the bamboo pipe. And they were supposed to have a noodle eating thing from there, like they were pre-cooked noodles.
Okay.
But it stopped. Just the water wasn't enough. And then everyone's, sure, you suck. And he's like, oh, man. So he ran back to get more water, but they jimmied up a hose instead. So they had a really fun time, and it ended really nicely. Shiro got bashed again, and whatever. They packed up the whole thing, and the girl never came back. She just hung out with her friends a lot. But it was a really good character building moment for Shiro and Mayumi, and I really liked it. It was really funny. Usa was really pushed in the background. So was Ritsu. It was really nice. The Kawaii Complex is really good. Now that it's back to the way it used to be, the animation's beautiful, story is funny, really funny. The characters are really good. I love the balance between all of them. Frankly, I don't know why you dropped it, because it's a million times better than Mekaku.
The romance
it's a gajillion times better than
I don't know what I'm about to say.
Weekend Friends or whatever it's called.
I thought you were going to say something else.
No, I don't care about your harms or whatever.
No, I thought you were going to say Black Bullet.
I don't know. Black Bullet's better. It's just Kawaii Complex is different. Black Bullet is different. The problem is Black Bullet is trying to encroach in what Kawaii Complex is doing.
No, I don't think Black Bullet's trying to be sweet and stuff.
Anyways, so that's Kawaii Complex. It was a great episode this week, and Usa is slowly climbing back from his creepy ways. I was quite happy. Good. I'm going to keep boasting about it.
Don't hit the button yet.
Oh, okay.
Okay, there's something I want to talk about. I meant to talk about this in Crepe Corner, and I want to talk about it before we get to the end of the podcast, because I don't really want to end the podcast on a heavy note. I don't like to get serious on this podcast, but there's something that really needs to be addressed, because I haven't talked to you about this at all. What's with that face?
Well, I don't know what's going on, man. I was having a good vibe.
I know. This has nothing to do with Kawaii. I'm glad you're enjoying it.
Does it have anything to do with anime?
No.
Does someone die?
Yes, it does have something to do with anime. It could possibly have to do with that. So we get a lot of emails and messages and PMs and stuff like that from our
Wait,
fans.
did you just read this now?
No.
Oh.
I just forgot to talk about it earlier. So anime right now is very mainstream, I would say. Anime, most people at least vaguely understand what it is. Like your father, for example, doesn't know anything about anime, but he knows it's like Japanese cartoons. We like it, yada, yada, yada. He'll make fun of us for it sometimes, but it's always in a loving way. My dad is the same way. He understands I watch some sort of Japanese animation that he doesn't understand, but he's like, it's just a cartoon, whatever.
It's more than that.
But there are people out there that will look down on you for watching anime. And we've gotten messages like this. And people say, Raj and Spencer, I have no friends to talk to about anime. People make fun of me for watching anime. Like, I'm looked down upon.
Oh, that's lame,
for
man.
this. Humans suck. It's just kind of how we are. When we don't understand something, we tend to think less of it. We tend to look down on it. And for some people, anime is like that. Some people don't really understand it. I know there are people out there, because they've messaged us, like I just said, who don't have any friends to talk to about anime. And they say they like listening to our podcast because it's kind of like they do. We're here to listen.
I'll be your friend.
We are here friends. We love, I say it over and over, we love talking to our fans about anime. It's a lot of fun. But there are some people out there who will just dismiss you for it. I'm going to give an example in my own life. I have been told before that I will never be an adult as long as I watch anime and as long as I play video games. I've been told that before.
That's offensive. I do all the things that I'm getting married.
I pay bills. At the time I had a job. I go to school full time, but I'm not an adult because I watch anime.
That just sounds like ignorance.
Honestly, with people like that, they're just not worth your time. When someone thinks less of you as a person for something that you like, for a hobby that you have, it doesn't have to be anime, it could be video games, it could be something else, it could be coding, whatever. Those people are not worth your time. They're not worth thinking about, and their opinions just don't matter.
What's wrong with getting really passionate about something? You know what I mean? For those people that make fun of people who play Pokemon competitively or play Pokemon card trading or Yu-Gi-Oh games.
That's me.
Why would you look down on somebody for actually getting into something, spending their money on something and enjoying it and learning about it? I mean, honestly, we sit here in my kitchen talking about anime to people who we hope will listen, and you guys do. And the fact that we have each other to watch anime with, and the fact that at university there are a lot of people that watch anime with me, and I've found my little pockets, that means a lot. I've never been alone watching anime because Raj was the one who introduced me to it.
I'm guessing a lot of these messages come from people who are maybe in high school or something. Because when you get into university, you realize that a lot of people, once they get to university, they just let their interests go freely. I almost instantly, I still played Yu-Gi-Oh! Competitively when I got to university. I found a group who played it. And I would have every day I could play as much Yu-Gi-Oh! As I wanted to until I, stopped playing.
Or ran out of money.
It's like that.
No, you're right. I mean, honestly, those of you that are getting bullied for stuff that seems stupid, because it is stupid. In high school, there's a lot of bullying because everybody's insecure. High school is this machine of society that just messes with everybody to push out the same person. But when you come out and you actually have to pay your own money to go to a place like university, there are classy people at university. I have yet to meet a single, jerk at university, and if they do, I don't even have to socialize with them because university is so big. It doesn't even matter. And there's clubs and there's people to hang out. I swear, in every university, there's an anime club. And if there isn't, you might find a couple friends and make it yourself. Honestly, don't get so down. At least listen to these podcasts and know that we actually care.
Watching anime is fine. There's nothing wrong with it. You should never feel shamed about it.
Well, except if you watch ones that are really sketchy.
No, I don't care. I don't
care. Be ashamed of yourself.
It's fine.
Be ashamed.
Trying to give a good message here, Spencer.
No. You could talk about anime as a good thing, but if you're watching all those sketchy things, no, man.
What sketchy things? Like High School DxD?
No.
It's awesome.
That's shame on you. No, shame. You continue.
High School DxD is fantastic. So, if you don't have anybody to talk to, you can always talk to us. You listen to us talk about anime.
At J&B Podcast on Twitter.
That's our Twitter. Or you can talk to us on email at jamesandbrownpodcast@gmail.com, which is where I got one of these messages.
We're also on Google Plus, I think. James and Brown Podcast, yeah?
Maybe.
Whatever.
There's also our YouTube. I like reading our YouTube comments. Those are nice.
Just talk to us. You read them? Oh.
Yeah.
That's your job. You tell me about it.
I'm the social media guy, apparently.
Can I press the random topic
button?
I'm
sorry for getting heavy-handed. Just something I really wanted to address.
No, don't worry, man. It's good.
Right.
We love you. We love our fans.
All right, let's move on.
And it's either going to be Haikyuu or Chaika, and it's Haikyuu.
Okay. So you were frustrated with the first half of this episode because Hinata was so nervous he, had diarrhea or whatever. So he was, and I understand the frustration because I felt the exact same way. I just wanted to get to the game and I wanted to play because
well,
that this is going to happen.
I didn't want to rush the gameplay. I just didn't like that Hinata was so nervous. Like, I know, actually, you know what? It makes sense. It's just, I hate the Shimon syndrome where you're sitting there for episode after episode of him moping, but he didn't. He fixed that.
He means Shimon, by the way, from Gurren Lagann.
Simon, if you go that way.
Simon.
Well, you're only pronouncing it like the Japanese say.
Yeah,
it is Simon.
In the English dub, they say Shimon, I think, like you said.
Well, English dubs don't always work well. Airbender. Hey, Ong.
But that was an American-made television show. It's
that was Shyamalan.
English dub.
What an idiot.
There is actually recently they released a Japanese dub.
Oh, did they?
Very recently.
Of
yeah.
that?
Yeah. It got dubbed into Japanese.
I might watch it. Might be good.
How weird is it that we would watch a show that we love in English that was based in English, but in Japanese with subtitles?
Yeah, that'd be weird.
Anyway,
that would be weird.
Back to Haikyuu. The game itself, once it gets past the Hinata getting nervous, is really fun.
Yeah. You know what?
High action. It's good.
They even addressed my question, and one of our fans actually answered my question about the rotation. Apparently, if you serve a bunch of times and don't lose, it doesn't matter. But after that, you need to rotate. And they actually explained it in the anime. Because there's like, oh, look, it's the opposite of what it used to be. And it's cool because the strategy there is when Hinata's in the front, okay, he's a blocker. But when it gets reversed and he's in the back, then you get the really tall K guy.
It's K, yeah.
K and the king, Kageyama. So Kageyama and Kei are together, and they're like a wall of destruction as rivals. It's kind of cool. And so when it cycles like that, they've planned out each position so that there's an opportune moment, and there's an ebb and there's a flow. It's really cool.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
I was kind of disappointed during the game that, it felt way too easy. But they addressed that at the very end.
Yeah, they did.
Kageyama's like, I don't think this is their actual setter.
And then Mr. Handsome comes out, and all the girls go crazy.
All right, by the way, I mean, we're in university now. We've gone through high school. I've never, ever seen a club with fangirls who just squee over the members of any club. Never seen it.
Well, I don't know. Football, some places, and especially in America, is very big.
But not here.
No, not in Canada. There's a lot less patriotism in Canada.
No, we have patriotism. It's just not.
Nobody cares.
Fangirls. I don't like hockey. You like hockey.
I like hockey. Well, I kind of do. I don't really. I'm following it now that it's at the playoffs, but I just don't spend.
I'm one of 10 people who just doesn't like hockey.
Why would I spend time on hockey when I have anime? When they come out with a hockey
anime. They should make a hockey anime, man. It'd be good.
They made all,
It'd be pretty sweet. Again, could you imagine Kuroko playing hockey? It'd be so OP.
He'd probably suck.
No, he'd be OP.
He's a basketball player.
He would go. How are you?
You are wrong.
How are you going to body check someone who's invisible? He's going to make the puck invisible.
It's true. They should do it over about that. So yeah, Haikyuu again. We never talk about it, but really, honestly, there was a volleyball game. Hinata went from scared to not scared. They blew the opponents away because they didn't know about the quick thing. And what I really liked was Kageyama's opponents learning that Kageyama changed because of Hinata.
Yeah.
And even the coach understood that.
Even the coach said if Kageyama had come to our school, there's no guarantee he would play like this now. The reason he's like this now is probably because the school's that.
Yeah. It's really good. The art is really cool, and the games are nice. And I love how they're showing like the wounds and stuff on the hands for all the hitting and all that stuff. Really good series. I'm still excited about it.
Yeah. It's not.
I kind of wish there'd be more episodes to watch.
Yeah.
I want to binge this one, man. And I'm assuming the last one
I want to binge is hit the button.
Random topic button.
Oh.
We completely forgot.
Because it didn't come out this week. Well, we can talk. No, we can't because it didn't come out.
So I don't know what happened, but Crunchy did not release The World Is Still Beautiful for us.
I guess it's on break this week.
Well, I'll just do a quick check right now just to make sure. But for as far as I'm concerned, it did not release. So I don't know. Did you guys get to see it? If you did, please answer it at JMB Podcast.
I don't think it was released this week. I think it's just on break for some reason.
Then why did it count down for no reason?
I don't know, man.
Yeah, let's see. The World Is Still Not There.
Yeah, it's right there, see?
Yeah, available 6 days from now.
So, it's too bad.
Yeah, so no World Is Still Beautiful.
I was honestly really looking forward to this episode.
I'm really liking the way that their relationship is going. I'm excited to see what goes next.
Yeah, it's having really good progress.
How about let's do a prediction? What do you think is going to happen in the next episode?
I don't know. I'm wondering which cliche they're going to hit next, actually. This is very much a shoujo anime through and through.
Yeah, I can see that.
So I'm wondering which cliche they want to go for.
I don't know shoujo enough to know the cliche. Childhood friend, boy on her side.
They might bring someone out for her side, but they just did that for his side, so I don't think they'll do that.
What was is there?
I don't know.
There's got to be some.
Maybe the
political-
actual wedding because they're only engaged right now.
Yeah, that's true.
Or maybe they'll just make up something because there's still people trying to kill him, right? So they can always
I
bring
thought
that
they got
up.
married. See, the problem is this anime's
got
interchanging fiance and wife all the time.
Well, he calls her his wife sometimes.
Yeah, but it's getting
they're just
confusing.
fiancés.
I thought that whole thing with the guy getting knocked down in the ring around the sun was
No, that was
marriage.
engagement ceremony. That's what they said.
Yeah. Okay.
It's good. I really wish it came out this week.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of sad because yeah, I kind of because we're doing the ending. Yeah, I don't know. Like I'm just kind of gonna move on now because random topic button.
You can say that every time you press that stupid button.
There we go. This is what we were actually hyped up to talk about.
Chaika the Coffin Princess. So my little brother watches anime on occasion, and he always does this thing where he comes up to me and says, "Hey, what's a good anime to watch?" And I got really sick of recommending anime to him, so I just gave him a link to my anime list. I said, if it's under completed, it's probably good. There's like 2 anime there that I don't consider very good. The first one he picks, god damn it, is Hikaru no Go. I'm like, you picked the most boring anime on my list.
Why
Like,
did you pick that one?
I don't know. Like, what is wrong with you? You didn't finish
That
it.
anime, though good, petered out very quickly, and it was about a guy playing Go.
It's definitely not easy to watch, but if you can't get into characters, there's no reason to watch it. It's very much upheld by the characters. But then he started like going through my currently watching list, which is Chaika's on it, and I saw him binging it. I was so jealous. Like, I wish I could binge this series because it's so good. This is my favorite of the season, through and through. It's so good. I love Chaika.
Yeah, you know what? Chaika makes me really excited every week.
I'm so excited.
No
to
Game
watch
No
it.
Life makes me excited for different, like just because it's so epically awesome. But Chaika the Coffin Princess has
such a good story.
the best understanding of story, best use of humor. The characters seem awesome.
I am so happy it's getting a second season. The first one's not even done yet, but
It's really good.
The second, okay, this is how much I like it. When the second season ends, I'm gonna pick up the novel.
Oh, okay.
I've never done that for an anime. I've never cared enough for an anime.
Well, I
to
did
do
that for World Godly Knows, but that's just because the anime screwed up.
Oh, this is manga. Like, this is actually a light novel.
Oh,
So I'll actually read the goddamn novel.
I've never read a light novel before.
I tried reading one. I tried reading Sword Art, but man, that novel it's not written all that well. No offense to anybody who likes it. It's just the guy could use better writing skills. That's all I'm saying.
Maybe it was the translator.
Nah, I doubt it. No,
It's not out of the realm of possibility that the translator
Look,
sucked.
I read a lot of books. I can tell when a person's writing ability is on par or superior or inferior to mine.
Yes, but it could have been the translator.
And let's put it this way. What is the Hunger Games? I mean, granted, I only read a bit of the first book. Whoever wrote it, not as good of a writer as me. Not to toot my own horn. I don't consider myself a great writer or anything. But if you can't write as well as I do, I don't really see a reason to read your story.
Whew. I can barely fit in this room with your head so big.
Sorry.
I'm kidding. Okay, so
Hey,
anyways,
you like my
yeah,
writing,
man,
though.
you're actually what stuff you write about is cool, especially that story you wrote. Oh, it's good. You need to finish it. Iron Fist, right?
Yeah, I have big plans for that one. Six books.
Wow.
Anyway,
Take it easy, man. Chaika the Coffin Princess. This episode was really
such
good.
a good episode.
They were trying to return the Chaikas, but then things started getting dicey.
Gillette's
between-
group shows up.
Yeah.
They have to defend each other.
Oh, there's a thing about Gillette's group that I really like this episode.
Yeah.
Is we actually got to see what the world is like. There's
That's
this,
true, yeah.
There's the politics going on where all of the I guess you would call them what's that word where there's a person
Government?
delegate? Yeah, sure. There's a delegate of each kingdom, and they're all chatting about the things that are happening, like the farmers are rioting, or my fields are bad, or something.
Basically, they see the potential of Chaika bringing the weapons together to not be very important.
They think
because
it's a fairy tale, a folk tale.
Yeah, and even if it did happen, it's something way in the future. They want to focus on the here and now.
Exactly, the post-war fixing, because there was a giant war, and now they're trying to make all the I guess continent work well. But the guy who's the head of Gillette's group gets told pretty much stop chasing Chaika, go help out the farmers, and Gillette's group has to listen.
Yep.
And you know what? That's cool.
But they won't.
Well, maybe they won't. Maybe they will.
I saw the preview. They won't.
Oh, okay, they won't. Man, stupid previews.
I love previews because I'm pretty sure that I told you I sense a team up coming. I feel the team up coming
hope so.
from watching the preview.
No, it was really good. I mean, I kind of expected a lot of the exchange stuff, but it was really cool. The fight scenes are really cool.
I love Red Chaika so much because her personality is so starkly different from our White Chaika
Yeah.
that it's fantastic. The way they both react to their captors is great. Like, I love how when the guy on her side, I think his name is David or something. He's like, so did you fall in love with Toru? She just smacks him, like she elbows him in the stomach, and she's like, you're ridiculous, and she walks away.
Well, totally
and
soon.
Chaika goes back to Toru, she's like, did you miss me? And like, she's all happy, and then he's like, of course not. And then she's like,
Well, that's
oh.
the only reason he was so terse was because something was going down. I mean, Frederica was there as Akari, right?
I
did not expect it.
No, when Akari was, I was, well, okay, when this happened, I was like, why is Akari acting so goddamn
That's
cute?
what I didn't. I just passed over my head.
And then I was like, when it was Frederica, I was like, oh, I kind of like the cute Akari better.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh.
I was sad because cute Akari is really cute.
Well, I thought it was gonna be Frederica's gonna wreck the girl on the roof, but it ended.
Frederica still doesn't do anything.
Well, she helped him.
Yeah, she did drive the car.
She drove the car and she shapeshifted for him.
I really like Frederica.
Yeah, me too. It's like that classic, like, angry, not really a helper, and I like that. It's a good, very nice addition to the team.
I have to look up a name because there's a character who I want to relate her to, but I don't remember his name anymore.
So, Chaika the Coffin Princess, what I really liked as well is the group dynamic between Akari and Toru. They're getting so solid. Like, Toru was tempted by Red Chaika to actually join her because she would offer way more fighting and way more money.
This was very interesting. She said, you're a saboteur, you like to fight. I want revenge. So if you come to my side, one, I'll pay you so much more because I want to revive my empire. And two, you get to fight as much as you want.
But he's like, you know what though? Us saboteurs, our job is to be super loyal. And I committed to her first. And the fact is, I want to protect the one who needs to be protected most, which kind of shows a little bit of his caring nature, right? So I thought that was really cool. I like that Toru stuck with it. I really like the group dynamics of Chaika, Toru, and Akari.
So she reminds me a lot of Kyoya Hibari? Kyoya from Hitman Reborn.
I know Kyoya.
Yeah.
I just marathoned that whole series.
Kyoya was basically the most overpowered person in Suna's group.
He was the captain of the discipline committee.
Because he was so overpowered, he rarely did anything. That was the point.
Yeah.
He wouldn't come unless there was someone who was really strong, but not actually the main bad guy, because Suna had to fight the main bad guy.
Oh my, can we review Hitman Reborn?
Kyoya
That'd be so cool.
So Kyoya would only show up, one, to train Suna, and to two, help out in the big fights. And that's what Frederica's basically like. She's so much stronger than all of them that they just don't use her like that. Like, she's like, unless you really, 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 really need me, I'm not going to do anything.
Only because she'll come in just so he won't be killed by someone else.
So she can fight him on her own, which is fantastic. And that's why she drove the car.
Yeah. So
I'll only drive if you can fight me.
Chaika was great.
I love Red Chaika. I love the ending where she says, we're going to meet each other. Two Chaikas are completely unnecessary. I'm going to kill her. It's fate.
I like this series because it's an adventure anime. When do we get these?
And the adventure feels like an adventure.
Yeah,
it feels like they're
somewhere.
making progress.
We don't know about,
it feels like it's a big world.
We don't know where the towns are going to be. We don't know where they're going to go. There's multiple groups moving.
And when they make stuff up, it still makes sense within the universe.
Yep.
It's never universe breaking.
It's really nice. And like I was saying about Black Bullet, it could use an adventure like this, and it's not getting it. Black Bullet has a very static environment. And it has to be, you know? I understand.
Yeah.
Like, I know how, like, there was the Mary and the Rose walls in Titan, and they couldn't really put... When they started leaving the walls, that was cool. They were going on a quest out.
Yeah, but that was over halfway through the series of Titan.
That was true.
We're not even close to that.
Titan just felt so big. I don't know how to explain it. Black Bullet feels the same way, I guess. But I guess because they're filling this downtime not with story building or world building, but with gag humor, that's what Black Bullet's bothering me.
Another thing about Chaika, it's revealed that the white Chaika all along knew there were multiple Chaikas, but she never told Toru. And she says, there are multiple Chaikas, and he says, I know. But then he says, you're the first and only Chaika that I care about. Because I met you first. Yeah. And she's the one who gave him purpose in life. That's why he didn't go with Red Chaika. Over all the other reasons, it's because White Chaika is the one who gave him purpose. Mm-hmm. And Red Chaika didn't.
So if I click this, it shouldn't go to anything, right?
It should say something.
Random topic button!
Boom, no more topics.
Whoa!
See, I thought ahead.
And I won't click anymore. Well, that's good if statements, man. No? Wiles?
No, it wasn't if statement. I don't remember.
Yes!
I can't
If
remember.
statement!
It was a while ago.
Okay, so that was our weekly review. We dropped a couple. Actually, we dropped one.
Yeah.
We're now down to 14 anime. One that I'm following solely. 3 that Raj is following solely. But 14 in total.
We might be following more, actually.
That's 13 in total. Following got a hit.
No, following has the number. We're probably going to follow...
Ping Pong.
Because we still have to watch Ping Pong. We'll watch that this week. We still need to watch M3 and Breakblade. I've just been putting those off.
Well, I mean, now that we're
I don't
cutting
care.
down on anime, we have slots for it.
Yeah,
Maybe
now
we'll
we
watch
have
those
room.
today. I mean, I don't really have anything to do this
Maybe
evening.
I do. It's called sleeping.
Well, you stayed up all night. That's your fault.
I've been trying to rectify my sleep schedule.
Get rectified.
I got a call from a guy. He's like, I want to interview you for a job, and I'm like, okay. He's like, the only times I can interview you. He lives in the UK, so he's like, between.
You're gonna move to the UK?
No, I'm not gonna move to the UK. It's between these times. I'm like, and I had to convert it to my time. It's like between midnight and 10 a.m. And I was like, oh, you've got to be kidding me. So I'm
What?
like,
That's exactly when your midday is.
I'm like, no, I go to bed at 7.
Oh, okay.
And so I was like, okay, between 9 and 10 is fine for me. And then I convert to his time. And I'm like, okay, I got to rectify my sleeping schedule if I want to wake up at 8 a.m. every day. So that's why I stayed up all night to try to fix myself.
Is that why you did it?
Yeah.
So you're gonna stay up until like 10 and sleep?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, well.
It sucks.
Okay,
Being
everybody.
awake in the morning's terrible. I don't know how you guys do this.
Well,
It's so much-
normal people operate like
I
this.
prefer being nocturnal. Nocturnal's so much nicer.
You cut me off on my okay, everybody. It was really awkward.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But it's okay.
I didn't notice.
It's okay.
It's okay. Everybody.
They noticed.
I'll notice when I listen to this. You know what? I got called narcissistic for listening to our podcast. If you guys don't know, which
that?
I don't think you do, John said it.
Oh.
I listen to our podcast at least once before we publish it, and then I listen to it about 4 or 5 times after that, just because I like to critique ourselves. And that's how really we get better.
Well, I like listening to it if I'm playing League or like playing like MS or something.
I got called a narcissist for that. Also, when I have trouble
loves
sleeping,
cars, he's a narcissist.
hey, I love cars too.
Okay.
When I have trouble sleeping, sometimes I put a podcast on. So I tried to do that with ours. I can't do it because I critique myself
Yeah.
while I'm listening, and I just end up staying awake all night. It doesn't work.
I did that. I passed out. My phone died. Feels bad, man.
Oh man. So I guess
Can
that's
I say
it.
it? Can I say it?
Say what?
What I was gonna say before you cut me off.
Oh, sorry. Go for it.
Okay, everybody. No, that sounds fake. Now you go ahead.
I don't know. I just make these up on the spot. You know, the intros and the
so
outros.
did I, but it just sounded camp.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. Do you
Go ahead.
want?
It's your job. You know what? Fine.
Do you
Fine.
want?
Fine.
Do you want a hug?
No, man. You do the intros. You do the outros.
You don't want a hug. Then.
Clearly, I suck at them.
Are you sure?
I suck at everything.
I'll give you a hug if you want one.
I don't want one.
Are you
We're
sure?
too close already.
Our knees are touching.
Yeah. Yeah, they are. Don't talk about it, okay?
What?
I'm almost married, man.
Are you?
No.
Are you worried about the BLN?
My voice is cracking. just finish.
It's not too late. We still
Finish.
there's 2 months until you get married, Spencer. I'm just saying.
Less.
If you want to go for the BLN thing, you have time.
No. What are you even saying? I wasn't even listening. Are you playing a samurai flamenco on me?
Yes.
No, man.
So wait, Spencer, I'll do everything that your girlfriend. No,
You can't do that. You cannot do that.
Are you sure?
Your weight differences are too large. Just some clarification. I mean, putting her on my shoulders. Nothing else. Nothing
You
more.
could probably no, that'd be hard for you.
Just end it.
So I won't try to trip you up this time. I'm Raj of James and Brown,
And I'm Spence of James and Brown.
and we'll see you guys next week with another recap.
Bye.
It's a tender rain, あなたの元へこの歌が届きますように、どんなに遠くに離れたいも信じてる伝わること See you in the rain 雨の雫が美しく輝いてゆく激しい全部が消えるその時世界は動き出すの Please come the tender rain The tender rain
That song still sucks. Can we go with that one?
Yeah, let's listen to it, man.
Oh, God.
That was good, horrible.